So I was just listening, and a gentleman was talking about one of the prophecies in the Bible about why God flooded the earth back in the day. It was because the fallen angels were breeding with the daughters of God, creating the Nephilim, and then he flooded the earth. And I'm watching this, and then I'm reminded of this dream I had. I think it was this week, I don't know, but it just like popped up into my head as something to share. And I had this dream. It was like this kind of like zombie nature of people were like really coming out. And in the dream, it was like I walked outside of my house and there was a woman who was like going crazy. She ran her car into another person's car as a means to like hurt them. And I came out and I was analyzing the woman and I was preaching the gospel. And even though she was turning into a zombie, she was still like, even though she had committed this crime, she was still kind of like wanting to hear more. And she maybe could have been salvageable, even though she had already kind of turned into like a zombie. So, because she was receptive to what I was saying and she was like coming out of her wickedness, I decided to take, she had a baby in the dream. I decided to take her baby to try and save the baby because the woman was like, maybe her soul was going to get saved, but her body was physically dying and she was going crazy. So I took the baby over my shoulders and I remember the baby started throwing up like crazy. Like this baby just started throwing up like a lot. And I'm trying to carry this baby to safety, like inside the house into the kitchen sink. And I put this baby down and the baby looked like very bad. Like it looked like a really distorted creature. It was like continuously like starting to look more and more distorted. It kept throwing up. So I put it in the sink to give it a bath, the baby a bath, and the baby was just like not gonna survive. It was like dying like at a rapid speed. And that's all I remember about the dream was just observing this baby that was like defective, and it was like the mother went crazy, turned into a zombie. The baby I was trying to save, but the baby was like turning into a zombie basically. It was like throwing up to its death, and I was just basically watching this baby die. Like these are defective babies. And I was all reminded of this just from listening to what this gentleman was reminding us about why God decided to flood the earth the first time or the time in our history that we're aware of. And it was because of all of this, like DNA mixing and messing up the human DNA and messing up the human body. And all throughout 2020, because I was not like fully in awareness that I am now, God kept telling me monsters are breeding and they're creating monsters. Monsters create monsters. Because I'm like looking around, there's like people are getting pregnant left and right, in the general public, like left and right. I'm like, people are breeding like rabbits. And God was like, monsters are creating monsters. And it was a lot for me to take in because you just think like every baby is precious, but God was like drilling this into my head for like 2 years. Remember, monsters create monsters. Monsters create monsters. When two monsters breed, they create monsters. And so I was like, okay, it was like after a couple of years, I was like, okay, I get it. And I long time forgot, but I had this dream, and then I remember this gentleman talking about the reason why God flooded the earth initially was the corruption of the human DNA mixing with the Luciferian men. And I'm just reminded of it all. So I don't know, we might start to see some really weird stuff, some unexplainable stuff. I don't know. I don't know what this all means, but something ain't right. We all know. We all know that. This is just my dream, just my 2 cents. Just had to share this. It just popped into my head to share. So there you have it. Okay. Check you later. Have a beautiful weekend. Solar eclipse. It's the end of a series of 6 eclipses. So whatever was happening this time, no, April of last year, it's like wrapping up everything that started to happen April of last year. This solar eclipse is like the end. The same day, Neptune moves into Aries. Neptune rules our subconscious. Aries is all about war and action. So the world's gonna change. I mean, we're all seeing it. Like I was saying in my last video, we're all seeing it, we're all feeling it, and it's no doubt happening. So we've arrived in a sense. All right, you're the right kind of people. Love y'all so much. Check you later. Have a good night.